Hi there. In this video, we're going to talk about complementary and supplementary angles. So complementary angles, and you guys are all look great and are doing great, okay? That's a compliment. These are angles that add up to 90 degrees, all right? Let's draw a picture. If I draw an angle that's 90 degrees, and I'm going to call this A, B, and C, and if I draw in, say, ray BD, okay, then what I know is that angle ABD plus angle DBC add up to 90 degrees, okay? So if I either know that they're complementary, I know that their sum is 90 degrees, or if I'm given a picture where I have a right angle here, I can then determine what these angles are and know that they are going to add up to 90. Supplementary angles are angles that form a linear pair and add up to 180 degrees. Now, we've already done a bunch of problems like this, but what I want to do is draw a line, put a point in the middle, and have a line coming out like that, or a ray coming out like that. And I'm going to put points down here, and I'm going to name this E, F, G, H. Now, because these angles, all right, they're next to each other and they form a straight line, what a linear pair is, what I then know is that angle EFG plus angle GFH, these two angles add up to 180 degrees. Now, we're going to use these concepts for the remainder of the course, okay? These are concepts that are going to appear and reappear as time goes on, okay? So what I want you guys to do is to make sure that you know what complementary and supplementary mean. Given pictures, be able to write equations and to find missing angle measures. In this example, what I want to do is determine all of these angle measures, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write out angle 1 equals angle 2 equals angle 3 equals and angle 4 equals. Now, in order to do this, we have to figure out what some of these are. Now, already, based on this picture, I can determine a couple of these angle measures. I first know that angle 2 is 90 degrees, okay? So, and that's just given to me by this picture here. So I'm going to write in 90 degrees. Now, the other thing that I notice is that angle 3 and angle 7 form vertical angles. Here's this line, here's that line, they intersect, and 3 and 70 are across from each other. Therefore, they're congruent, and then this is 70 degrees. Okay, the question is now, what's angle 1 and what's angle 4? Now, I've got a couple of things, okay? Let's calculate angle 4 first. Angle 4 and 70 degrees form a line. That means that these two angles add up to 180 degrees. So I would say angle 4 plus 70 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So now what I'm going to do is solve for angle 4. Subtract 70 from both sides, and I end up getting that angle 4 is equal to 110 degrees. All right, so 110 degrees. Now the last one, angle 1, that's the last one we're trying to find. I can do this a couple different ways. And the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to look at this angle here, angle 2, and these two angles here. Because this is 180 degrees, all right, that form a line, all three of these, I know that if this is 90 degrees, I know that this angle here that connects this line and this line is also 90 degrees. So what I then know is that angle 1 and 70 degrees are complementary. So I'm going to do angle 1 plus 70 degrees equals 90. All right, so complementary angles add up to 90. I'm going to subtract 70 from both sides, and I'm going to get that angle 1 is equal to 20 degrees. So the cool thing is that given certain pieces of information, I can then use the properties of what we already know to find all the other angle measures in this picture. In my last example, it says calculate the measure of angle QRT. So angle QRT is labeled as 5x. So the first thing I'm going to do is write that down. Angle QRT has a value of 5x. So my question is, x is equal to what? I got to set up an equation and solve for x. Now what I know from this picture is that these two angles are complementary because angle SRQ is 90 degrees. If I add these two angles up, it's going to have a sum of 90 degrees. So I write out 9x plus 20 plus 5x is equal to 90. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve this equation for x. So combine like terms, 9x plus 5x gives me 14x plus 20 is equal to 90. Now I'm going to subtract 20 from both sides, and that's going to give me that 14x is equal to 70. If I divide both sides by 14, then I get that x is equal to 5. From there, once I've solved for x, I take this value and I plug it into x of my expression. So angle QRT is equal now to 5 times my value for x, which is 5. And I then know that angle QRT, after we do the math, 5 times 5 is 25 degrees. And that's how we solve these kinds of problems. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye!